Welcome again. We've got episode 3 of our podcast now. As you can clearly see, my friend Stephen's not here this week. It'll just be me. I can't lie, I'm actually a bit nervous for this, but we do want to make sure we get videos out every single week. He is preoccupied at this moment, so for this week at least, I'll be taking over on my own. I hope I at least do a decent job. So yeah, it was an historical based week this week. You have the 25th, we just had the 25th anniversary of Raw. And then this week we're going to have the 30th anniversary of the Royal Rumble. Both I'll be covering this week. So I've made some Raw, SmackDown and some other notes. So I'll start off with Raw. First thing I want to say about Raw is it's been the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, the proclaimed longest running episodic TV show in history. It opened up with Stephanie and Shane, and then they released and they showed a big montage of everything that's happened on Raw. Had some nice moments throughout. You had all the historical moments. One intriguing thing I found was the CM Punk moment, where he said "pipe arm," and then that got a massive pop in the crowd at the time. Many people would think, oh, it's him returning now, but no, he didn't return that night. It could have been a good opportunity for him though, but no, he's stuck with UFC. He's with UFC, he doesn't want to come back WWE anymore. As he said, he's fallen out of love with wrestling. But yeah, after that, Stephanie and Shane want to thank the one guy who made all this happen, which was Vince. He came out, talked about how he didn't want to pat himself on the back, but then he went straight into the McMahon character, heel McMahon, the boss, the chairman of the board, Mr. McMahon. Yes, he did his heel shtick, said, he's for everything else. They said there's no other person involved. It's then the glass shattered, causing Austin to come out. He got a massive pop as well. And after a little bit of stuff like hesitation, he Stone Cold stunned Shane after Vince practically sold him out to him. And then Vince started talking about how he's brilliant, he's in a retirement home and stuff like that. Austin acted like he was going to go, okay, I'm not going to stun you, but then, as we all expected, he did, get him the old Stone Cold Stunner. Then celebrate with some beers. I'm not going to go through the whole show, but I'll talk about some couple of points afterward. Stuff I liked. I liked how Cena put Elias over. He spent a little bit of time cutting promos, his normal heel promos. Everyone else. Cena came out after Elias was bashing everyone, from Austin to I think even to Foley, and then even to Jimmy Fallon. And I think the last point he insulted was The Rock. I thought Rock was going to come out, but Cena was the one that came out. It looked like he was going to do the whole save the day shtick. But no, Elias actually was the one that stood tall at the end of it by whacking Cena over the back with a guitar. Very interesting. I liked how he put him over, and I'll be talking about that in a little while, how the whole putting over thing was a rarity for tonight, in all honesty, in terms of current stars. But then, I commented before after the Cena Elias segment, but you also had the Miz versus Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. We all expected Miz to win, but we didn't actually think he was actually truly going to win, or at least I didn't. I thought Roman was going to get a win from some way or another. I thought it was just going to be a dream to have Miz win. But yeah, he did. He won. By shenanigans, of course, but he won the title nonetheless. Yeah, so I'm happy for that. I'm glad. I assume he's going to be in the Rumble. Um, but no, I don't know about that at the minute. They haven't announced he's going to be in the Rumble yet. So we'll just have to wait and see for that one. And then I've also put down, I did like the main event. I thought it was a bit weird. I thought Kane, they should have done something more of Kane. I also felt a bit upset that Kane never really got a pop from the crowd. You know, he was just there in terms of the crowd's feelings towards it. So yeah, Braun put Lesnar through a table, announced table again, sending very big memories of SummerSlam. That'll be sending from Lesnar's head to the Rumble. Nice little callback to SummerSlam as well. Also with Raw 25 comes Legends, and with Legends comes cameos. There's so many people, there's so many Legends. So then some of the cameos we had MVP come back along with Ted DiBiase and Ron Simmons, JBL, and some others for that whole APA bar gambling segments they had. They were nice. They even set up a nice little match between Titus Worldwide and Slater Rhino. So yeah, they led somewhere for it all. You also had a nice little segment between Mark Henry and Godfather, referencing how awkward that actually some of their stuff would come across the day. You also had Jeff Hardy return. That was interesting. I thought they might have sent it to the Rumble, but they brought him back tonight. Also part of the APA segments. They also had the women come out. They celebrated the women history of the company. She had the Bellas, you had Jacqueline, Kelly, Maria, Terry Runnels. I think apart from that, it was just then Trish Stratus came out with her blonde hair. And then you also had Tori Wilson. So that was cool. I'm a bit confused by those sort of missions from that. I'm surprised they left out Lita for one of the big ones. But also you got the stuff like Molly Holly, Ivory. I could have sworn they were announced beforehand. Maybe they weren't. But yeah, one segment I didn't really like was the Revival. I didn't like how they were treated. They were part of arguably my top 3 tag teams in the entire WWE. Them alongside the Usos and Sanity. So yeah, what happened with them was they lost really quickly to Balor Club and then got hit with every single finisher from DX. I think it's a huge waste of potential for them, and it really hurt me. I really attached myself to them, especially over time. They were very much like the Ollie and Arn Anderson, like a classic 80s tag team. Like I really thought they were so good with them. You could market them as well. Try and bring in some of the old school sort of fans who maybe dropped out during the Attitude Era and this era. But yeah, so that's all really was from Raw. I put a couple notes for SmackDown. I think SmackDown's kind of bad now, so I don't really talk about it anymore. But you have Owens and Zayn at the beginning calling AJ out on all his lines he said about how he'd want to put them in a handicap match at the Rumble and how he thought he could beat them back to back. So they called him out on that. Nice little use of heel work there from them. They've also mentioned how I love the RKO he gave Orton gave the Shinsuke. It was Shinsuke versus Corbin. It was a decent match. I thought it was one of their better matches. So yeah, as Shinsuke was about to hit a Kinshasa, he pumped it up. He was like, "Yeah, here we go," getting excited, and then Randy Orton just came out and literally out of nowhere and RKO'd them and sent them flying. Shinsuke saw that move very well. The final point I want to make is Rusev Day is hugely over now. If it wasn't already, it is now, honestly. It's been over since probably just before Clash of Champions. But it's still over. Even with some of the booking they're trying to do in matches, it's still over as anything. So yeah, SmackDown pretty much same as any other SmackDown in recent times, just a bit dull. Some good moments. Obviously there would be because it's the talent on SmackDown should have itself good moments. Some other stuff I've noted from outside of Raw and SmackDown are the fact that the Cruiserweight division is getting a new GM. I don't know who that is yet. That's been announced next week's on 205 Live. But for this week's 205 Live, there was a really good match. I'd recommend everyone checking it out. It's Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. It's a really good match. I'd recommend that to anyone that's unsure about 205 Live. It shows what they can do if given the opportunity. But yeah, also the speaking of the cruiserweights, shocking revelations came out this week. Revelations. Enzo Amore. He was at first suspended on allegations for sexual assault, I believe it was, something along those lines. So yeah, when that news broke out, he was almost instantaneously suspended, and then just less than 24 hours later, he was fired, released. The thing that I found interesting was the fact that it said they never gave him his good luck in his future endeavours, which shows something's fishy, whether it's on his part or Doe's part, but something must be going on behind the scenes that no one knows about. But yeah, still technically, as of today, allegations, but something's weird backstage between them to fire him that instantly after suspension. Final bit of news for this week is the Mixed Match Challenge. It was this week. Miz and Asuka versus Big E and Carmella. Another fun match. Nice little spots, some nice moments in terms of like trash talking throughout the match. Asuka's striking was great as usual. Yeah, so Miz and Asuka won, I believe, with Asuka in the armbar. Arm break, I'm not sure the move name, but yeah, cross arm break, I think, like Alberto Del Rio's finisher. With Miz then knocking Big E off the side of the ring. They won. Did a little Japanese thing with Miz using that speaking Japanese to do some heel stuff. I like the dynamic of Asuka and Miz, and I hope they do go further in the competition. But so that's all the news for this week. Now on to the Royal Rumble and Takeover. Even though Steven's not here, we went through some match predictions for Takeover and Rumble. We haven't done any Final Fours, so we've just done like straight winners for every single match on the cards. So we'll do the smaller matches. We'll start off with Takeover because it's the day beforehand, or before Rumble. So starting off with Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno. Steven's gone for Cassius Ohno to win, and I've gone for Velveteen Dream. Then we've got the Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. That's a nice little feud they've got going on. I feel like they've really booked Shayna well. And with that, Steven's gone with Shayna to win. I'm sort of leaning towards not her winning. I feel like they're going to book her off the title feud, so she'll probably come back down the year for the title. I don't think this is our moment to win it, especially when we're so close to New Orleans Takeover, which is the WrestleMania season. The next match on the card is Undisputed Era versus Authors of Pain for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We've both gone for Undisputed Era to retain. Authors of Pain have had their time with the titles. I think they're going to move up to the main roster sooner or later. I think it could happen on the Raw after Rumble or SmackDown after Rumble, but that's, whenever they decide to bring them up. But yeah, we think Undisputed Era is going to keep titles. And then the final two matches, the penultimate is Aleister Black versus Adam Cole in an Extreme Rules match. And we've both came up with the same winner, with it being Alistair Blacc. He's on a push right now. I don't see him losing at a takeover event. Paul can take a loss, honestly, for now. So yeah, we're both going for Alistair to win. Cole could win. He could. For you know, it depends what they're doing for the NXT title. Though. So speaking of the NXT Championship, we've got the main event, I presume, of Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. We've differed on this prediction, with Stephen going for Andrade Cien Almas retaining, and me going for the plucky underdog victory of Johnny Gargano. So yeah. We didn't really come up with reasons for why we think he's going to win. I'm just naming them off the sheet. So yeah. And then, so now on to the last bit of the podcast, which is the Rumble predictions. We've got Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus The Bar. Steven's gone for The Bar to win. I've gone for Rollins and Jordan. Usos versus Gameborn Benjamin. We both agreed that Usos are going to win. And then the final non-Rumble match is AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Championship. Stephen's gone for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win and be co-champions, whilst I have gone for AJ Styles to retain. Now on to the first of the Rumble matches, the Women's Rumble. The first ever 30 Women Rumble match, or first ever Women's Rumble in general. Stephen's gone for Ronda Rousey to win, and I have gone for Becky Lynch. So yeah, we didn't really do final fours or final twos, but then for the last thing we've got is the Men's Rumble, which Stephen has gone for Shinsuke Nakamura, and I haven't really worn down yet, so I'll just say I'm going to go for an underdog victory. I'm going to go for someone, a dark horse pick. I'm going to go for Rusev. I think I'm going to go with Rusev to win it. I think it'll be one of those shock victories. So yes, that's Nakamura for Stephen. Rusev for me. Yeah, as I say again, showing me this week. Stephen's not preoccupied. So yeah, that's all I've got covered for this week. I'm sorry if it's been a short one, but the thing is, there'll be more stuff to talk about had there been both of us here. Sadly, we couldn't due to scheduling. So, with that, thank you and goodbye.